Hi there, guys. This is Paul. I just wanted to drop in today and I wanted to share something that I spoke very briefly about at my morning network meeting today. And that is studies have shown that there's a handful of industries where there's a greater propensity for workers to abuse drugs and alcohol. And some of the more popular industries, or what's more mentioned, is things like construction, sales, law enforcement, or any sort of other first responders, healthcare workers, farming, forestry, fisheries. Say that one quickly 3 times. But the one industry that leads most of those studies is hospitality. And so for me, having been in the hospitality industry, I can definitely identify with this. And especially with the idea of being very unbalanced and getting into substance abuse. And for me specifically, that was alcohol. And I'm very open about that. To anyone who knows me, you just dig through my files, you'll find all that. Now, the only reason I bring that up is because, I hear people, talking about, chilling out and finding some, and sometimes people find a hard time balancing between self-care and the stresses of their lives. And one thing that we have to be really cognizant of and very aware is there is a difference between chilling out and numbing out. And so being aware of that starts with looking at our intentions. What are our intentions? For me, at the time, it was really about trying to scrub the me off of me, because there was a lot of stuff going on up here. And so there's nothing wrong with just hanging out and having fun and going out for a drink after work or whatever it is. But there is a point where that sort of self-care can get into self-destruction or self-sabotage. And so that can come up in many ways. It doesn't have to be substance abuse. It can be in actions. It can be behaviors. It can be relationships, people that jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. It could be again television or videos. It could be video games. It could be food. I have a sweet tooth, so I got to be aware of that too. It could be excessive exercising. It could be any of these things that, in small portions, in small amounts, is healthy and can be really good to recharge us and to reinvigorate us for the rest of our time and stresses and all that. But when we get into a place where it is causing its own problems and it is really pulling us away from others and what we need to do, then that's something that has to be addressed. And so I just invite you, just to monitor. Sometimes it slips out of it slips out of our hands, and believe me, for me, especially in my industry of hospitality, we used to go out and then go out and then go out, and then all of a sudden, you start isolating and all this. Anyway, in that vein, I didn't want to go down too far on that path, but the one thing I did want to share is I want to give away a copy of my book, and Longing for the Spirit. And the reason I want to do that is because I feel like that is such a big part of my story, and it is something that is talks about transformation, and it is through the lens of recovery, but really it talks about the spiritual nature and that journey and all that kind of stuff. So I know a lot of people have read it, who are not in recovery, who are people just going through transitions, or who are just kind of figuring out what it is that they're doing. They have found a lot of value in it. So I want to give a copy away to anyone here. And the way that you can sort of register for that, or get into that draw, so to speak, is to go to my website, www.paulsilvacoaching.com. You can find it'll be in the link in my bio, and there'll be a pop-up, and just enter your email address and you'll be added to my email community. And there's also going to be like cool things. I do newsletters regularly. I'll be doing videos and all that kind of stuff. So hang on, there's more to it. But I will draw from that lot of emails. Now, if you all are already on my email list, but still want to try to get a copy of the book, just put your email address or your name down below, and I'll find you and I'll add you to the draw. So let's give it till Thursday. I believe that's the 7th. So 7 now. and then we can then I'll draw, and then I'll email the winner, and then I'll post it here, and shipping's on me, so don't worry, it's all free. So anyway, I just want to put that out there, and again, just being mindful of how we approach our self-care and just making sure that it's done in a healthy way. So again, thank you guys, and we'll talk soon. Have a great day.